This week on the Scoop, I'm real hungry. So me and my guests, we gotta do it the right way. I got some spicy wings, and before we get into these juicy NBA topics, I need a bite. But this week, man, look, I want to talk about the charge call in the NBA and whether it should be abolished in whole. And Draymond Green, do we have another case where you hurt your team in the long run? And you know we gotta break down the rest of these NBA series today. But today I have with me Charles and also have Jess. Feel me?
Coop, didn't I tell you to turn that TV on?
How far?
Yep.
Right now?
He the GOAT.
You sick.
He number one.
You crazy.
Some of them don't got the eye for it. I feel like both of y'all are being a little disrespectful with all the respect to the champs thing. You see 2 to 3 people a game trying to block you? People don't understand the impact. Both of those 2 teams, they're not moving me. Because it's about to get real juicy. It's about to get juicy.
This is Scoop with Coop. I'm your host, Coop. And I said we back and we better than ever, baby. Okay? But today I want to start off by discussing the charge call. Okay? There's been a lot of discussion this past week because we did see in game one of 3 different series. We saw John Morant go down when somebody tried to draw a charge. We saw Embiid go down. We saw Giannis go down. Now these led to 3 scary falls from 3 superstars. Okay? So then I went to social media, I went to internet, started seeing articles. The charge call should be abolished. This, and that. And then I had a really strong opinion about it because I want to see where y'all stand on about the charge call and whether y'all feel it still has a place in the game.
You want that?
You got it. Go ahead.
Man, we talked about this on mine. Shout out to Breakroom Podcast. But like, so the charge call, it's like, it's cool. But like, I think about what it's gonna do for players like this. We think about Shaq. We think about other players like they compare him to, like Zion. Like, what if the charge call didn't exist in a game with Zion? You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna, like, it caused a lot of injuries for the offensive player. But it also protects a lot of the injuries for the defensive player. Like, it makes your offensive player be way more conscious of what's going on. You can't just run in there like, oh, what if the charge call didn't exist playing against Giannis? Like, Zion's gonna put his knee in your chest, like, without even thinking about it twice. So, I mean, I think it make offense way more exciting, but I think you're gonna see a lot more. The injuries just gonna switch from one side of the ball to the other. Like, you're gonna go from offense player getting hurt to the defensive player getting hurt, like busted jaws, cracked ribs or whatever, you know what I mean? So like,
Me personally, I'm gonna say that it shouldn't be abolished, but the rules should be tweaked. Because think about it, how often in the NBA game are we seeing a charge call? How often is it being used? So I don't think that should abolish it, but they should just go ahead and tweak some of the rules. The restricted line, I think that should be removed if we're going to leave the charge in.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, a lot of guys are trying to take charges, and what's the main reason why they're not calling them? Is because they're inside the restricted zone. If they take that out, I think we'll see a lot more charges, and I think the rule will become more useful.
So, like, you think it needs to, like, so if we move the restricted zone, and I'm just playing like devil's advocate, you know what I mean? But, like, we remove the restricted zone, and if we do that, like, do we think, like, get rid of it entirely or, like, move it up? Like, or move, you know?
I would have to say get rid of it entirely. That's just me, because I feel like it would just make it more open and more freely for a player to take that charge instead of thinking, oh, is my foot on the line? Am I right here? They'll just be more quick to, boom, post up for that charge and take it. And then the call will be easier to be made instead of looking at all the rules that's happening with the charge.
So you say just completely that restricted area.
Take it off.
Let's get it gone.
Get it gone. If we gonna keep the charge, get it gone.
So one question for you before I get into my spiel.
Let's hear it.
Say somebody makes a pass.
Right?
Their momentum carries them forward beneath the rim.
Yeah.
That's way beyond the basket. Beneath the rim, near the baseline. Somebody's in position.
Yep.
They get a huge offensive player. You said Zion. They get Zion run through their chest and Zion makes a pass.
Yep.
Is that a charge?
That is definitely a charge. What do we learn the whole time you play basketball? Play in control.
Wow.
If you running through your players, you're not playing in control. That's all basketball is about, playing in control.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that, but I think it also changes some of your offensive play. Like, you ain't gonna be able to, some of the alley-oops gonna stop. Some of the vertical dunks gonna stop. Some of your slashing guard gonna stop. Like, that whole entire play, that position probably gonna change. Like,
that's just the give and take you take with the rules. So if you want a more fun highlight field game, then take the charge out.
Yeah, they get paid to be smart. That's why players not just athletic.
Yeah. These were my spills when I did my looking into it. I have two names I'm gonna bring up. Okay. One's a recent name. One's a name from a couple years back. Well, not a couple years back. A good amount of time back. Okay.
Okay.
I have two names. Okay. I have Marcus Smart, who we know of today, great defender in the game, and then I pulled Roy Hibbert.
Oh man.
I pulled Roy Hibbert. Okay.
Hibbert,
I pulled those two names. There's a reason. I'm getting to it. Okay.
Like 14 paces.
Yeah, like I pulled it. So looking at somebody like Marcus Smart. No, I'm gonna start with Roy Hibbert. Okay. Let's go back to the days where Roy Hibbert was great defensively, where Roy Hibbert was still relevant. We always heard about Roy Hibbert and his ability to contest vertically. Okay, we always heard that. Now, when it comes to the charge call, people who have the ability to draw charges, their IQ for the game typically is very high. They're some of the better defenders in the league. That is a skill. Okay, I'm gonna start there. So now let's talk about Marcus Smart. We mentioned guys in the game like Giannis, Zion. They're running at him. He has zero advantage against them. The reason he has zero advantage is one, size, two, or size and height. Okay? So what I think the charge does for the game positively, it evens out the playing field for guys who, I can't control my height, brother.
Yeah.
I'm not the tallest guy in the world.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart not taller than Giannis, but how is he supposed to defend him at the rim?
Exactly.
If we don't have that charge call, there's no fear of him drawing the charge. The points per game, I understand this is all entertainment, but I just threw somebody a number the other that said the points per game are gonna go up by like 4 or 5, and it's already skyrocketed. So looking at Roy Hibbert, it's not the same case for him. 7'2", he can jump vertically, contest anybody's layup or dunk attempt. So that's just it evens out the playing scale, and I just want to keep it in the game, man.
That's a good point you said about like the points per game will go up, but you know what? Like, to add some on to that, I think the 3-point percentage will probably go down because you would get so many easy points inside. You know what I mean? It would be no need to shoot so many threes because, I mean, I feel like that would kind of devolve the game a little bit, but like...
Just bully ball.
It would get more simple. You know what I mean?
Bully ball. People would get real life bullied. Okay, speaking of bully ball, I want to jump into I don't want to jump into the series yet, but I want to talk about that man Draymond Green, okay? One of the biggest bullies of our time in the NBA, okay? But I think sometimes the bullies get bullied.
Hey.
So let's talk about him and Sabonis. There was a situation where Sabonis went down, didn't try to fall, he went down, but then he reached for Draymond Green's leg, ankle, whatever you want to say he reached for, and he wrapped it.
Yeah.
Draymond Green immediately picked his leg up, put it back down, and he didn't just put it back down, he stumped on Buddy's chest, okay? Ran down the court. So, like, about this and the ruling of him being suspended, how do we feel about him getting ejected for one, and then him missing game 3?
So, for me, I'm going to say it's all about his resume. You know, if this was just any other regular player, I don't think we would have seen it go this way. But Draymond and his resume and his antics, if you watch what he does after the play happens, instead of just going to the bench and sitting down, minding his business, and just letting things play out, he want to stand on chairs, flex in the crowd. Like, you can't do that. If you do that, you just throwing eggs at the NBA saying, suspend me. What y'all gonna do? Like, what about it? So I think if he just chilled the antics out, he wouldn't have got kicked out that game. And I don't think he should be suspended. But it's his antics.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, Draymond already know he public enemy number 1. So, like, you doing all the extra, like, it ain't doing yourself no favors. And then, like, I mean, as far as, like, the suspension goes, I think Sabonis, like, bro, he has something to do with that. What I mean is, like, all the stuff, like, oh, I need to get my ribs checked, and I need to, I don't know.
That's kind of lame.
Because at first, I thought what he did when he stepped on the stage, first, I didn't think he put that much weight on it. I thought he, like, I watched the real time. I thought he did like this, felt some up under him, and then, like, kind of jumped, like, real quick.
He let him feel it.
But I was me, that's what I saw. But then, so when he did all the, when they said ribs check, and he went up chest bumping his players, I'm like, bro, is it bone, or is it just like you got like a little bruise on you?
Yeah. Like,
you know what I'm saying? You gonna get bruised in the game. I'm not saying that stepping on him was right, but at the same time, like, I thought the suspension was a little much. I thought him getting ejected was right. Like, I thought that was fine. Like, I thought that was definitely right. I feel like the refs called that perfectly. Take one and then another take. I thought that was perfect. But as far as the ejection, that's public enemy number 1. You a repeat offender. Like, we're gonna give you the worst of the worst. So.
Okay. The reason I said, by the way, I agree with both of y'all. In a way. Okay, but I'm gonna give you the spiel. Okay, well, the reason I said the bullies get bullied, because Mike Brown was on there on that bench when we saw Draymond bullying people. We saw the Warriors as a whole bullying people. Okay, they were a lot better than people, but they were bullies as well. So I say Mike Brown is with his new team, and he has his new set of bullies. Okay, so Sabonis is the ringleader of all this, and he's just playing that role in this series. But Draymond and the Warriors, y'all can cry me a river. Okay, and I'm gonna make a proposal, and you may not agree with my proposal, because I halfway agree with it too, because it's never been done. What I say about this is, yes, he should have been ejected. Yes, he should have been suspended. He should be suspended, because I don't know how true it is. They said commissioner was at the game. That's a spit in his face. He's having to watch this. Okay. Then, like, he called somebody in the crowd out of their name, and like a repeated amount of time. You heard what he mouthed.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he just kept going on and on. You can't do that if you're who you are and have the past you have. That's where I'm gonna start. And then the proposal I'm gonna throw. I think Sabonis needs a discipline behind this too. And this is where I'm gonna throw discipline. The NCAA. In football, I've seen in the past where it's not just with the NCAA, but it'll be an agreement between them and the team. And when I saw recently, I saw Johnny Manziel and Jameis Winston, where 2 cases where people would be knowledgeable about, where they missed a half a play. We've never seen in professional sports anybody miss a half a play. Did Draymond perform something that was a little bit more rigorous? Yeah, he was out of pocket. But with Sabonis in the clear, negative. You can't grab anybody when they're... You can't do that. Yeah. So what I'm going to throw out there is, how do y'all feel like if we suspended him maybe the first half of a game? Like, how do y'all feel? Is that just like, that's crazy, cool? Or like, oh, maybe you have a point?
I don't think it's crazy. I mean, if you watch hockey, you get put in the penalty box.
Yeah.
Two minutes. And that's all it takes sometimes is 2 minutes for a game to shift. So I don't find it crazy. I think that would be great to implement. It's always good to change the game in some form and fashion.
I feel like that made the game way more interesting. Like I love it for like as a fan, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see a player like who carries so much weight, like Draymond did with the Warriors, like he influenced the game, defense, obviously, being a facilitator, all that, etc. So like if he's out one half and they like close or like they behind, he comes into the game, boom, now they up or they down, whatever, you know what I mean? I think it also like it puts way more pressure on a player that's almost out the door already. Like, you know what I mean? Like Draymond, everybody knew Draymond was looking for that max deal, which he's never gonna get. But like, he was looking for that max deal. It's like, okay, you get suspended, or like you come back in half a game and we do worse. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, we really didn't need you for real. We not who you thought we were. Like you were. So, I like that idea. That's real. I like that.
But on top of that, it also lets you dig into your bench. Because what happens if let's say 2 of your players might be out of quarter. Now you got to look down and say, man, who do I have down there? It's a lot of young guys in the league who are not getting the shine they need. Cam Thomas. But you need to let them play. So I think that would have teams going down into their bench as well. So I think that's a great idea.
Now you're right. It puts, like I'm thinking about it, puts way more into the coaching. Your assistants, your head coach, like they really about it. Your stars ain't in. Now you got to dig into your bench. Yeah,
what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And then boom, you come back in the game looking at somebody like the Kings. A lot of the offense runs through Sabonis at the top of the key. You know what I'm saying? That's free throw line. So he has to come back in. The whole team has to find that rhythm with you in the game in the second half of a game that already has a flow. So I just thought about that. I'm like, man, is that ever gonna happen? Probably not. You know what I'm saying?
I like that though.
I like
We need it though.
I like that.
Yeah, both of them should get fines, and then both of them need discipline as far as the game goes. It needs to be an effect on the actual game.
Yes.
Cool. Let me ask you this though. So like you say a half, right? Let's say we do it like this. You give a coach, say both players. Let's say Sabonis and Draymond got suspended, right? But each coach get a flag like, okay, no, I want him out for the third quarter. Oh no, I want this player, your player out for the first or whatever.
Nope. I thought about that too. I said, yeah, let's do a second half. Nah, that's where we close. I said it's just best to do it in the first half and not give people the opportunity to pick their punishment. You're punished.
That can just kill a game. In the fourth quarter, just be like, oh, well, Curry, you're not playing no more. Like, that's over with. It's imagine De'Aaron Fox. He just won the most clutch play in the NBA, and he gets in trouble. You can't play in the fourth quarter. What? Like, what? And that's also going to drop your ratings because maybe your best players aren't playing in the clutch time no more.
Turn that off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's all I wanted to talk about. This is the Scoop with Coop. I'm your host, Coop, and we'll be right back to break down every NBA series, baby.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You smell what I'm cooking.
This is Scoop with Coop. I'm your host, Coop. And like I said, we need to come back and I need to sprinkle some flavor in these NBA series. Okay, it's really early in some of these series, through 2 games of each one. But some teams look like they're just no match for their opponent. And I'm going to start in the East, and I don't want to put much substance into some of these series because it's going nowhere. And I'm going to start in Philly, and I'm talking about Philly versus Brooklyn. I've seen game 1 where Harden went nuclear. He made 7 threes. Game 2, you had Maxey do it. But Embiid is going to be Embiid, but you're sending 2 at him. You're not like the Nets, what they have and what they're doing, it's not enough. It's not enough. You got Mikal Bridges went crazy first game. Cam Thomas had his game, second game. It's just not enough. You don't have enough. You really aren't a playoff team if you're being honest. And then Spencer Dinwiddie, he's too worried about what Kyle Kuzma got going on because he's non-existent. When I talk about the plays he's making, it's pitiful. He's scared to shoot the ball. He's not scoring. He's not bringing you much. How do y'all feel about the Nets and 76ers? Is it done?
To me, I'm gonna say it's done. I mean, the 76ers have superstars. When you go to the Nets, there's no superstars. There's no person we're scared of. There's no person we're having to send 2 at. With the Sixers, you can't just say, oh, if he beats us, we'll win. It's just too much for them. They just can't handle it.
I mean, the Sixers, like, okay, I don't think the Nets got a chance in this series. I never thought that from the very beginning, so I'll say that. But, like, the Sixers, man, I'm getting tired of them playing like they got 4 rings together. Like, I'm tired of that, like, starting slow, then trying to turn it up later. Like, I like the Sixers. I don't think they're going to win the East, but at the same time, like, I think they exciting when they play for real. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't want them to beat the Nets and then go to the next round and get washed. Yeah. Like, that's more so what I'm concerned about. Yeah. Like, I want a good series for their next series, not you halfway play here, then you get washed the next round. So, like, no, I want to see I want to see the ballers ball for real.
I want to see some hoopers hoop.
You know what I'm saying?
And I thought I was going to get it at the end of that Hawks and Celtics game. I thought I was going to get it. They made their little run. They made their little run in game 2. But all in all, let's be honest. The Hawks have one dude who I believe can just fill up the box score. DeJounte Murray isn't, like I said on last week's episode, I don't feel like DeJounte Murray is that guy when it comes to filling it up. And granted, he's been playing well. But the Hawks having Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, they got rid of Kevin Huerter. So, you know, you got your boy, my boy Hunter over there. It's just, how do y'all feel about the Celtics? I think Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, there's too much. There's too much. And the best player in the series is Derek White.
And that's saying a lot. If the best player in the series is Derek White and your team can't handle that, you definitely don't want to see Jason Tatum and you definitely don't want to see Jalen Brown.
Yeah, the Celtics been hooping, man, especially that dry spell they had towards the end of the regular season. But, like, the Hawks got Portland disease. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all offense, too small, can't really defend, not really showing a whole lot of athleticism on the wing. Like, it's just, I mean, they are what they are. You know what I mean? I ain't really feeling them. Didn't really think they was going to be there with what they did was it last year or year before? When they went to
the Hawks, I think it was two years ago.
2 years ago, we kind of expected more at this point. But, I mean, Portland disease, man. All offense. No defense. And I ain't really putting up the points like that for real. You calling yourself offense.
Yeah.
So
let's go over to the Heat. We're gonna stay in the East. Let's go to the Heat. The Heat went out, and I had this strange feeling in my gut they were gonna get game 1. Okay, I know Giannis went out, but they stole game 1. But then you came out game 2 and you went to bed. Okay. Now my problem with the Heat, I'm gonna start here too. My problem with the Heat, it's been okay. We don't have a true point guard. Kyle Lowry is not that guy. And then you have Max Strus, Caleb Martin, who is like, okay, one night you're gonna go crazy, and the next night you're gonna be ghost. So then you had Duncan Robinson getting a good amount of minutes, and we know how he is on one side of the floor. So the Heat and Bucks in 5.
I'm with you on that, the Bucks in 5. Like, the Heat, it's so sad to see, like, the Heat's organization, like a Pat Riley spot, you know what I mean, just go down like this. Especially, they was like the best three-point shooting team just last year, and they just fell off like this. It's like, then, you know, I'm a Jimmy Butler fan, so, like, you know, it's just, I want more for him, but, yeah, Celtics at 5, I'm with you on that.
I mean, you can't even say you want more from him. He the only person shooting the ball on their team. He the only person wanting to score, and I think that's why the Bucks gonna sweep them. I don't even think they're gonna get one. It's just too much. Like, Bam needs to step his game up.
He's trash.
Bam needs to step his game up.
He's not good
At all.
Hold on, you did say Bam was the
He
problem.
needs to step
You
his
said Bam was
game
the
up.
problem.
He is the problem.
He's not the problem. The point guard is the problem.
Man.
But Bam is not. He's not that guy.
The team is the problem.
Okay, it's not a good team. Okay. Now, finishing in the East. This is my favorite series in the East. What I'm gonna finish with. The Cavaliers versus the Knicks. I still have this going to 7.
Yeah.
And I still feel that the Knicks are going to pull it out and the Knicks are going to bully them because the Knicks are just a lot deeper than them. Okay, looking at game 2, I started by saying the Cavs are not going to win any games unless Donovan Mitchell puts up 32. He didn't have to because Garland put up 26 in the first half. And now, looking at this, I'm going to get y'all opinion on it, but I'm going to ask y'all one question. How do y'all feel about the Cavs and Knicks series?
I think it's a great series. I think it's definitely being slept on. It's so much young talent on the floor in that game. It's just ridiculous. Like, even coming off the bench, it's so much talent. Like, how can you not have your eyes on this series?
Nah, facts. It was one of my favorite series, like the most competitive series I thought was gonna be, like, out of both conferences. And like, I don't know how people are not excited about this because of Jalen Brunson alone. Like, nobody thought he was gonna be this. Like, bro, I was one of the people. I thought he got way overpaid by the Knicks.
What?
Like, way overpaid. But then when he came out dropping 40, like 5 different times in during the regular season, then he balling like this, like,
Nobody could hold him.
man, like, he cooking. Like, I'm really almost mad at the Mavericks. They couldn't get the deal done with him. They got Kyrie down. They still outside the playoffs. But
Yeah.
It's another conversation.
that's a whole other story. you know
Okay,
what I
but
mean?
this question I'm gonna ask you about that. The Cavs. I'm rocking with the Knicks. I'm rocking with the Knicks in 7. But I think it's gonna be competitive. My thing about the Cavs, having youth. I heard you say young players. Having youth like Darius Garland and Evan Mobley. Are those two guys, with their lack of experience and lack of playoff experience, are they gonna hold are they gonna be the reason the Cavs maybe don't get over that hump? Is that going to be like a problem? Because Evan Mobley, I mean, he's a young guy. I mean, he's getting bullied. He's a great player. He's in his, second year, Defensive Player of the Year votes. Like, but with Garland and him, Garland had a bad first game. Are Mobley and Garland going to continue the success? Like, Garland having 26.5 is crazy. So are they going to continue to step up when they go to New York?
I'm not going to say they're going to continue it. And I think that's going to be the problem, is they're not going to have consistency.
Right.
You need to have consistency. I could see Garland going off maybe like 2 more games out of the series, but that's not consistent enough. But if they could keep consistency, I got Cleveland winning. But me personally, I'm with you, Coop. I also had the Knicks winning the series.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm with you. I had the Knicks winning the series, but as far as them, like, I think since they so young and inexperienced in the playoffs, they usually like look to their best player, which is obviously Donovan Mitchell. Yeah. But also, Donovan Mitchell ain't got no real winning playoff experience. He came from the Jazz. And then also, he wasn't even the leader of that squad. Yeah. It was Rudy Gobert. I mean, Rudy Gobert. And so, because I think they lacking that, not just that vet leadership, but also like the vet, like they couldn't be led by Udonis Haslem.
Yeah.
They need to be led by LeBron James. You know what I mean? Or like somebody like a star, like a Giannis or something like that. So that's the only thing I think they lack. I think they lacking that on-court vet, that star vet to follow.
All right, now let's shift our focus to the West. I'm gonna start with 1 versus 8, and it's hurting my heart because I thought I would just get. I didn't think there was still a game in Denver, but I thought I would get a little bit more competitiveness on that side. And watching game 1, I was like, okay, this is bad. Okay, we're gonna try again. But watching how they started game 2 early on, I'm like, I'm about to turn this off.
Yeah.
So just looking at Denver versus Minnesota, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Minnesota's gonna win 1 game at home, and after that it's dead. I have Denver in 5. I had Denver in 6 at first, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But how do y'all feel about that series? I think it's dead.
No, I think it's dead in the water, man. I'm right there with you. That it's just, it's like, dude, I don't even know how I'm trying to say it. It's like they get ready and they go hard for a second, and then they like, okay, we good, and they wait too long to turn it back on later, and it's like you going against Denver, dog. Like stop acting like they wasn't the number 1 seed. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing about about them.
I say it's the lack of dogs. Like I think it's over too. But the only real dog on that team is Anthony Edwards. If we look at it, when the Timberwolves played the Thunder, all they did was bully them, out-bully them. Now y'all playing against a big Nuggets team and can't bully nobody because Gobert is soft. And Jokic is showing y'all that he's soft. So I think it's just who they face, and I think the Nuggets are just too much for them.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm a Rockets fan, then I'm a LeBron fan, and then every year I pick like a third team. Okay, this year the Timberwolves was my third team. I went and got Timberwolves merch. I wanted to wear Timberwolves merch on the show today, but I was like, I'm not gonna come on here and embarrass myself with Minnesota across my chest.
Don't do
that
it.
ain't my team for real. So just looking at them, I'm a big Anthony Edwards fan. But Cat, in the past, we done talked about Cat being soft. Cat with all this screaming and yelling and turning up, but I compare Cat to a turtle because when it get real, he duck his head. It's like, what are you doing? You have to play better. You can't give me, I think he gave me 10. You can't be Cat and give me 10. Rudy Gobert gave us 19 and went off. Okay, you just can't. That can't happen. They look so good sometimes, like we saw them in the play-in, but then you look so bad. Like nothing you do is good. I'm talking about missed layups, I'm done talking about that. I want to talk about LA. I want to talk about LA Lakers, okay? The Lakers versus the Grizzlies. And we saw Memphis win game 2 without that boy Ja. So I don't know where this is gonna fall. But how do y'all feel about the Lakers versus the Grizzlies?
You want me to get at this?
Go ahead and get at that. I already know you want to. Go ahead.
Man, look. I don't know what Ja does when he comes on the court with the Grizzlies, but it's like they forget how to play with each other. But when he's not there, everybody's clicking. But to me, I just feel like it's the Lakers. Like, it's LeBron. We can never count LeBron out. So I know this is not the answer that people are looking for, but the Lakers are going to win this in 7. It's going to be a dogfight. There's no way the Lakers are just going to lay down. They're going to figure it out somehow, some way.
Man, I think it's for that series. Okay, I had the Lakers winning that one, but for me, it comes down to like meaningful points at pivotal moments. Like, he will barely have any points. Dylan Brooks will hit meaningful points though. Like, they mean something to the game at that time.
Yeah.
Like the Lakers, I don't know if it's the energy they have. I'm not saying they're not competing, they are. But it's like, it's just something like, I don't know, get hype, show me something. Like, if you got, last time I saw him happen was when Reeves went off that first game.
Yeah.
After that, okay, Davis hit a good shot at a good time. Nobody, I mean, it's just, it seems dead. It's like pumping just cold air into a balloon. It's just not helping.
I'm gonna go ahead and start. 2 people. LeBron, we know what LeBron gonna do. 4 for 14. That's Anthony Davis. So I wanted to ask y'all this question. You can't get outplayed by Xavier Tillman. So my question to y'all was, do we feel like Triple J is gonna limit AD enough throughout this series, and we need to have performances by Rui, played well in game 2 again, Rui and Reeves to carry them past to Memphis? Like, we need more of AD, and don't get me started on D-Lo. Don't get me started this week on D-Lo. 5 points, man. Is Triple J that guy for AD?
I don't think so, man. We have to be crazy to sit here and think we're just gonna keep letting AD's gonna keep letting Triple J do him like this. Like, LeBron's not coming to him after the game saying, "Bro, you're here for a reason. Like, what are you doing? This can't be you, bro. Like, you're here for a reason. Like, it's me and you, Batman, Robin. Like, you gotta turn up." And eventually, AD is gonna get tired of hearing all this noise, and he's gonna have one of those big games, and this is gonna be momentum for him to keep going and going and going.
I don't know what it is with AD right now. I don't know. Is it a mental thing?
Gotta be.
I don't know, but I can't point to nothing. It's like, did you not do your pregame ritual? It's almost something supernatural to how he's not dominating. Like, you know what I mean? I don't get it. Because if he keeps going like that, though they bench does turn up defensively, and sometimes they get a great offense out of him too. But you can't rely on that. You know what I mean? It's not a proven bench. Y'all ain't even played that many games together. So They can't keep playing like that. That's my whole thing with them.
If they didn't construct this roster, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I'd be taking Memphis.
No.
I'm gonna tell you this, Dylan Brooks messed up calling that man old.
Yeah,
LeBron about to get on that work.
Some Bears you just don't poke.
What he say? He said, oh yeah, I don't consider about to start until they drop 40 on me.
Boy,
He said until they drop 40 on me.
we about to get a 50.
Yeah, he gonna get what he looking for.
Yeah.
He gonna get what he looking for.
And a dunk. And I want a highlight reel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gonna get what he looking for.
I'm not gonna talk about the other LA yet. I'm gonna finish off with that. I want to move to somebody we already mentioned. I want to talk about Sacramento and Golden State. We're about to go back home. We're about to go back to Golden State. But my problem, I'm gonna start off with this one. My problem is I'm talking about the confidence that Sacramento has. Whatever's instilled in them, whatever they heard, the noise. They're playing with everything, all this pressure on their back. And I'm talking about they're stepping on necks. They're going at their throat. I've been had the conversation the past few days. You can give Malik Monk the ball with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. I don't care who's holding him. He's getting to the cup. He's getting wherever he wants to get. I don't care if it's Draymond. I've seen him go at Draymond the most, actually. He takes him to the rim, and it's 2 things that's going to happen. He's going to convert on the layup, or you're going to foul him. You pick one. Regardless, you know what they gonna run down the court with? 2 points. So the Warriors are scaring me. I still want to put faith in those guys because they're the Dubs. And like I said, they're one of the best dynasties I've ever seen in my life. But what I've seen out of Sacramento, man.
But this is my thing. So we've been seeing Sacramento go crazy all year. And we were acting like we didn't see this coming. Like, they didn't have one of the best offenses in the NBA all year. What have we seen from the Warriors all year? Inconsistent. Turnovers. You don't know who's going to do what. Jordan Poole might come out and give you 30 one night. The next night he might come out and give you 7. So it's just, you don't know. With the Kings, we know what we're going to get. They're not getting bullied. And I think Mike Brown brought a great culture to that team and gave those guys confidence that they needed.
It's exactly what you said. Like the Warriors, Sacramento's been what they've been all season, and the Warriors have been exactly what they've been all season. Horrible defense, bad on the road, inconsistent shooting, inconsistent play from your bench. They've been everything they did in the first 82 games of the season, they doing right now in the playoffs. And it's just, I know I was kind of like, y'all, man, I had belief in them just because, like, their history, they earned that. You got Steph on the team, you got Clay on the team, you got Draymond, another champion, you know what I mean? All these, and these young, talented dudes, but you know, you need more than Jordan Poole. You need to give Gary Payton Jr. some more minutes.
Woo!
But that's a whole thing. But so they need to go and get that going. But, you know, we'll see what happens when we go back home. Just because that's their strength.
Yeah.
But you got to, you know, obviously you got to win on the road.
I don't think going back home is even going to save them. I think those guys are rolling. D. Fox has something to prove. Malik Monk has something to prove. Mike Brown has something to prove. And those guys mean everything they saying, and they playing like they want it more than the Warriors. The Warriors, I think the experience is getting to the Warriors. We've been here before. We can do this. The Kings, they're not hearing that. They don't care nothing about that.
Outside of this lame stuff with Sabonis, they ain't really saying too much.
Mm-hmm.
They not saying too much. They getting to it. they getting to it. Okay? Now let's go to this last series. Everybody know I'm a Devin Booker hater. With 38 is nasty. And Kawhi missing game 3. So what's y'all's opinions about what's gonna happen in the Phoenix series versus the Clippers? Cause I know my boy Russ is doing this thing, bro. He's doing this thing, but you gotta contain Kevin and Devin.
I think the first thing that comes to mind when I first started these games was like, dang, maybe the Suns are the most overrated squad in the league. Maybe they are. Like, you lose to Kawhi is great. Like I don't want to act like Kawhi ain't him. Yeah. But like, you lose to a Paul George-less squad. You know what I mean? And for all intents and purposes, Russ has been what he was with the Lakers. But at the same time, he wasn't getting that old respect like he got with OKC going against other teams. Like, teams were disrespecting him. So you got this devolved Russ with a Kawhi, and you supposed to be rivaling the greatest team. You got like probably three future Hall of Famers on your squad, and you don't win the first game. Like that's insane. So I think, not saying they overrated, but they starting to look like it. A KD led team at that. Like,
me personally, no PG, no Kawhi. There's no way the Suns should even lose a game. There's no way. There's nothing you can tell me to make me feel okay about the Suns losing a game to that roster or to that team.
Facts.
But to me, when you add PG and Kawhi, there's no way you can tell me that the Clippers do not have a chance of winning that series at all, because I feel like it's the same thing with the Kings and the Warriors. The Clippers just have more heart than the Suns will if it come down to it at the end of the game, because they play to win and they play with dog in them.
yeah.
My thing is, my whole thing was, we're about to see in Game 3. We're about to see Game 3, Game 4. Hopefully they come back Game 4, Game 5, Hopefully we get PG and Kawhi. But, here comes the but. Here comes the but. The Suns' starting five is better than theirs. It's better than theirs. With Eric Gordon starting, yes, Eric Gordon has been giving great minutes. Mm-hmm. Yes, I still have faith in Norman Powell, who probably is going to start in Game 3. But you got to overcome that hump, bro. You're going home. And the best scenario is you lose Game 3, you win Game 4, and the series is still tied, and you get your guys back. And then we still have a series. So what I'm going to get out of Russell Westbrook, I need 30. I need 30, and that is a very tall task. I need 30, 8 and 6. I need 38 and 6. And that's a very tall task to ask, but if you want a chance, you got to be that MVP.
But you know what? I don't think that's a tall task for us. You got to think about what he's thinking about right now. I get to go at Kevin by myself
the whole game.
I'm going crazy. We know Russ is a dog. He's not going to stop until that clock is 0.
Yeah.
You know what I think is the tall task? Not the 38 points and 38 and 6. It's the 38 and 6 efficiently.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's going to be the tall task.
Yeah.
Like, Russ can just go ball out and get 38 points.
Right.
But he'll cost you 15.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So, that's what I think is going to be the thing for Russ.
The thing with that is, you got 3 dudes on the other team who shoot the mid range. They're great from mid range, and they do it very efficiently. Okay, we saw Devin Booker putting up threes the other night, but where is he the best from? Okay, he gets to his spot. Him, Chris Paul. We saw Chris Paul in the fourth quarter doing his thing. Him, Chris Paul, KD. KD gets it going when the first quarter ends, because he ain't started the game good yet. Okay, but just looking at that, man, I still got faith. In the Clippers to pull it out. But before we leave, I want to get a really, really quick NBA Finals prediction, baby. It's still round 1. It's still fresh on my mind. I want to see who y'all got winning the finals, going East and West.
You got it first.
See, all right, I'll go and do it. Hey, so for my finals pick, man, out of the East, I got the Bucks. Okay. Out of the West, I go Eastern Conference Finals. I got Bucks. I got Bucks coming there. I ain't gonna double back. Bucks coming out the East, and I got Suns coming out the West.
I'm gonna keep this real simple, real sweet. I got that boy JT coming out the East, and I got that boy Jokic coming out the West.
Ooh! They gonna finally get over?
They gonna hate me for that, but it's been a lot of talk about MVP 3 times in a row, who the best player, who the best that. I think this the year they get over the hump. When you just look at the bracket and the path to the finals, I think it looked real sweet for them, but that's just me.
So what are you gonna say this year? I ain't much worried about the MVP. Let me get where I need to go.
Let me get Let me get that jewelry real quick.
You gonna be like, by the time I get my respect, gonna drop that LeBron line?
Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna stick to what I'm sticking with, and it really hurts my heart to say, but I'm not gonna change it. I'm not gonna change it for nothing. I'm not gonna change it next week, the week after that, or the week after that.
Scoop with Coop. This
As
is
the Bucks
Scoop with Coop. This
versus the Clippers.
Coop. This
This
in
is
NBA
Scoop
Finals.
with
And I'm gonna
Coop.
stand on
Yeah.
that. This is Scoop with Coop. I'm your host,
This is
Coop.
Scoop
Make sure
with
y'all
Coop.
like, comment, subscribe, and make sure y'all share with your granny, aunt, and
Making
your
them
uncle.
better than
And
ever.
tune in
Making
next
them
week
better
for Scoop
than
with Coop.
ever. Yeah.
Coop, didn't I tell you to turn that TV on?
How far?
Yep.
Right now?
He the GOAT.
You sick.
He number one.
You crazy.
Some of them don't got the eye for it.
I feel like both of y'all are being a little disrespectful with all the respect to the champs thing. You see 2 to 3 people a game trying to block you? People don't understand the impact. Both of those 2 teams, they're not moving me. Cause it's about to get real juicy. It's about to get juicy.